So you decided that you want to enforce a policy on your cluster and block the deployment of resources that do not meet it. That's great, but this is not done overnight. And there are several things that you should probably do to make this process painless. Now in this video, I will dive into them. So let's get started. So as you may already know, Datree is a policy enforcement solution that blocks misconfigured resources from entering your production environment. Now it does this using an admission webhook that scans every config change against a centrally managed policy. Now introducing a policy enforcement solution into a new environment has a lot of consequences in terms of work processes. So engineers must comply with the new policy or they won't be able to release any new features. Now we understand this challenge, and in this video I'll go over some steps you can take to simplify the adoption of Datree and minimize the friction that it creates. Give your engineers a heads up. Don't let them wake up in the morning and discover that their deployments are now blocked for some reason, but rather give them a 20 to 30 day period to adjust to the new policy. Now in this period, you can use Datree's default warning mode. Here you can see that I'm going to deploy a misconfigured resource, and I get a warning. Now note that the resource is still applied to the cluster, but now I'm aware that I violated the organization's policy. So to learn more about the warning mode and about Datree's CLI and CI integrations, check out the dedicated video that I created. There's a link to it in the description of this video. The second thing you should do is configure Datree to skip namespaces that you don't wish to test. These can be third-party apps, testing resources, or anything else that you're not interested in testing for misconfigurations. So we're about to see an example. Now currently, Datree scans my monitoring namespace, as you can see here. This namespace contains third-party resources that I don't really wish to test. So let's see how we can ignore them. Now Datree can be configured to skip certain rules or resources by using a dedicated config map. The config map is a part of the Datree Helm chart, and under the parameter custom skip list, we can skip any namespace kind, name, or any combination of the three. So I'm now going to configure Datree to ignore the monitoring namespace, to be ignored in any future scans. So let's see how we can apply this. Go back to my terminal, and I will run a Helm upgrade to apply my new values file that I just created. Now once this is done, to have this take effect, I will need to manually rescan my cluster. Great, so now that this is done, we will go back to the dashboard and copy the command to scan the cluster manually to have our changes take effect. So let's initiate the rescan. Great, so we can see that the scan job was created. Awesome, and now as you can see, the monitoring namespace is no longer listed under scanned namespaces, and we have successfully ignored it. Next, you should customize your policy, which is done here in the policies page of the dashboard. Now by default, Datree comes with a predefined policy named Starter, which contains some well-known best practices in the world of Kubernetes. Now of course, these rules aren't right for everyone. You might want to remove some of them or add others, and Datree's flexible dashboard allows you to do both. So Datree comes with over 100 rules, covering various resources and use cases, ranging from security all the way to probes and resource limits. So here, for example, you can see which rules are enabled under the starter policy, and I can toggle them freely. I can remove certain rules and add others. And also you can create your own rules, any custom rule that you wish to implement, covering any logic that you wish to enforce. In your policy, Datree supports that as well. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out directly to me at hadar@datree.io, and I'll catch you in the next one.